Audiobook Academy Biography. Presents. Louis Vuitton. The name Louis Vuitton has become synonymous with fashion thanks to the entrepreneur and designer's success in France. It was Louis Vuitton who was employed by Napoleon's wife, Empress Josephine, in 1852, when she became Empress of France. He would have access to an aristocratic and royal clientele throughout his life and beyond, as the Louis Vuitton brand grew into the world's most well-known luxury leather goods and lifestyles brand. As a child, Vincent Louis Vuitton was born on August 4 in the year 1821 at Anqui, in the Jura region of eastern France, where he grew up in a small mountain village. His forebears were joiners, carpenters, farmers, and milliners, professions that Vuitton inherited from his working-class lineage. Xavier Gaillard, his father, was a farmer, and Caron Gaillard, his mother, a milliner. He was only 10 when his mother died, and his father remarried soon after. Vuitton's new stepmother was rumored to be as cruel as any Cinderella villain, according to tradition. Vuitton was a difficult and headstrong youngster who, frustrated by his stepmother and dissatisfied with life in the countryside of Anqui, decided to flee to lively Paris. At the age of 13, Vuitton set off for Paris on foot on the first day of agreeable weather in April 1835. He walked from Anqui, where he was born, to Paris, a distance of 292 miles, over the course of more than 2 years, working odd jobs to supplement his income. On his arrival in 1837, he was just 16 years old and had to deal with an industrial revolution that had spawned such paradoxes as breathtaking beauty and abject poverty, quick growth and terrible diseases. Rise to the top of your game. Monsieur Maréchal, a successful box maker and packer, took in the young Louis Vuitton as an apprentice. Box making and packing was a highly regarded and refined art form in Europe during the 19th century. All of the boxes were built specifically for the items being stored by a box maker and packer, who also loaded and unloaded them by hand. It only took a few years for Vuitton to establish himself as one of Paris' most sought-after fashion designers. On December 2, 1851, Louis Napoleon Bonaparte staged a coup in Paris, 16 years after Vuitton arrived. Napoleon III took the throne as Emperor of France exactly 1 year later. For the young Vuitton, Napoleon III's restoration of the French Empire was a stroke of incredible good fortune. Eugénie de Montijo, a Spanish countess, was Napoleon III's Empress of France and wife. Her first task as Empress was to pack the most magnificent clothes in an impeccable fashion, which she delegated to Vuitton after her marriage to the Emperor. As a result of her connections, Vuitton was able to establish a steady stream of high-profile clients for the rest of his career. Entrepreneur with a fresh approach. 1854 was a year of dramatic development for Vuitton. A beautiful 17-year-old named Clémence Émilie Perrault was introduced to Louis Vuitton in that year. Henry Louis Vuitton, his great-grandson, narrated the event as follows: "It took him no time at all to transform from his work clothes and hobnailed shoes into the fashionable courting attire of the day. A department manager's expertise was needed because Louis' shoulders were significantly larger than the Parisian bureaucrat's shoulders." On April 22, 1854, Vuitton and Perrault wed in the spring of that year. Vuitton quit Monsieur Maréchal's shop a few months after his marriage and launched his own box-making and packing workshop in Paris. Outside the store, a notice read, "Pack the most delicate items with care. Fashion-focused packing service." Vuitton introduced a new trunk in 1858, just 4 years after he opened his first shop. It was fashioned of a gray canvas that was lighter, more durable, and more resistant to wet and scents than leather. Stackability and ease of shipment via new modes of transportation like railroads and steamships made Vuitton's rectangular trunks significantly more appealing than prior dome-shaped trunks. Vuitton's trunk, according to most critics, was the beginning of modern luggage. Commercially successful trunks were quickly followed by a rise in demand for Vuitton trunks as transportation technology and travel expanded. In 1859, he built his workshop in Asnières, a suburb of Paris, in order to meet the demand for his baggage. A thriving economy led to personal orders from royalty in France and Egypt, including Khedive Ismail Pasha. This is a high-end brand. Franco-Prussian War and siege of Paris in 1870 disrupted Vuitton's business, which led to a horrific civil war that wiped out the French Empire. Vuitton arrived to Asnières on January 28, 1871, to find the community in ruins, his people dispersed, his equipment taken, and his shop ruined. He instantly devoted himself to the rehabilitation of his firm, displaying the same dogged, can-do mentality that Vuitton demonstrated by walking nearly 300 miles by himself at the age of 13. In a few months, he'd constructed a brand new storefront at 1 Rue Scribe. The move to a new address coincided with a shift in emphasis toward luxury. Vuitton's prior location in Auxerre had a more aristocratic vibe than Rue Scribe, which was located in the heart of the New Paris. Beige fabric and red stripes were added to a Vuitton trunk design in 1872. Paris' new elite were enamored with the simple, yet opulent, new look, and it signaled the birth of Louis Vuitton's modern luxury brand. Legacy. On February 27, 1892, Vuitton died at the age of 70 at 1 Rue Scribe, where he had been working for the previous 20 years. Louis Vuitton's namesake creator, however, would not be its last. Georges, Louis Vuitton's son, designed the iconic LV monogram and paved the way for succeeding generations of Vuittons to continue the family business. Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button for more content like this. See you in next video.